Let me also remind government that the plastic industry gives direct employment to over 39,000 people, including auxiliary workers. It generates over 1.89 million jobs in the plastic waste recycling and 1.3 million jobs in the sachet and bottled water. So put the plastic industry employment figures together, it's about 3.71, which makes up about 11% of Ghana's population. The impact on sachet drinking water, if this tax is implemented, will be extremely catastrophic, as the plastic packaging alone makes up about 73% of its total production cost. We have these questions and answers. Has government considered the big contributions the plastic industry brings to the economy, that we should be giving a hearing ear when we have concerns? Do you know that the plastic industry generates in excess of 10.5 billion Ghana cedis annually in payment of import duties alone on our plastic raw materials? In fact, this figure is as of March, when the dollar was 12.51 to the dollar. Do you know that the plastic industry pays in excess of 146 million every month in electricity bills? If we stop working, it would have some impact on electricity revenue. Do you also know that the plastic industry pays between 38 to 40% of the cost of our raw materials in duties alone? If we brought in a raw material, say it's costing 100 cedis, the duties we pay alone is about 40 cedis. Do you know that government loses about 265 million Ghana cedis, or 22 million Ghana cedis per month, through illegal sale of raw materials, plastic raw materials, by free zone companies? Government is aware. We've given all the information, all the details that will help them, but they've chosen to be silent and instead come on us for more. This illegality which is going on, if government could plug it, there is no need for these taxes, these new taxes. Do you also know how much we pay in corporate taxes to government? Do you know how much we pay for workers' SNIT contributions for over 30,000 workers? In today's Ghana, it feels like it's cheaper to stop manufacturing. In fact, if you don't manufacture, it's cheaper than manufacturing. We sincerely believe that the plastic industry is very important to Ghana's economy, and therefore we should be treated fairly, and our concerns are given prompt attention. So our position on the 5% excise tax still stands as follows: that the implementation of the 5% excise tax on ex-factory price of all locally manufactured plastic products and packaging be suspended immediately and indefinitely. That a better, a deeper and broad-based stakeholder consultation is done on the idea of any excise tax on locally manufactured plastic products. That a well-defined locally manufactured plastic product list is established. It will be unfair to put such tax on, say, plastic chair, plastic table, plastic buckets, plastic household wares, water tanks, PVC pipes, plastic TNG, plastic crates, data duct pipes, paint gallons, industrial containers, lubricants, engine oil gallons, pens, HTP water and gas pipes, ice chest, tomato paste pouches, biscuit wrappers, traffic cones, electrical fittings, electrical trunking, conduit pipes, plumbing fittings, blood infusion bags, maize, rice sacks, sellotapes, jerry cans, even foam mattress is made out of plastic. At this stage, we appeal to the Vice President of the Republic, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, to intervene in this matter, because the effect of this consumer tax would really affect the masses. The common man, the common woman will suffer extreme hardship. In conclusion, we ask GRA to stop the harassment of plastic manufacturers. I take it again. We ask GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, to stop the harassment of plastic manufacturers. And we give government, the Ministry of Finance, 1 week to respond to our request. Or we shall have no any other option than for all plastic manufacturers to shut down production for at least 1 week. And of course, we will send home over 30,000 workers. We sincerely pray to God Almighty that we don't get to that stage. I thank you for listening.
For a hold on the 5% excise tax on plastic packaging materials. We waited in vain for a call from the authorities that be for a stakeholder engagement on concerns raised in the press statement of GPMA. The call on the GRA fell on deaf ears. Rather, the producers of plastics packaging materials are being harassed with this obnoxious tax. I believe the explanation, as usual, for this tax would be to raise revenue to manage plastics. The question then is, how much has government sunk in to manage plastics since its inception in this country? Indeed, all attempts at managing plastics waste in the country has been financed and carried out by the private sector, from the collectors to the recycling companies, are all financed solely by private individuals. We have attended meetings upon meetings to deliberate on national plastic waste management policy since the early and mid-20s. And in all these meetings, we take sitting allowance. And I cannot say that there has been any action from government from these meetings in attempting to manage plastics. All the collectors you see around, all these plastic bundles that you see around, all efforts by individuals and private companies. Mention can be made of the Accra Plastic Waste Management and the Tema Plastic Waste Management Committee, which spearheaded and financed the collection of sachet water plastics. We also can talk about the GRIDE program, we talk about Nestle, we talk about Guinness Ghana, we talk about Voltic, we talk about Fan Milk, and a few other companies. Know that when it comes to providing for the collectors, and speak on record that I think since 2009 or thereabout. Nestle alone bought about 78 tricycles for the collectors. Guinness Ghana, I mentioned, has also done something. Moving forward, we have a PRO under the EPR. EPR means Extended Producer Responsibility. We've had various meetings and negotiations, and efforts are being made to have a concerted front in managing these places from all these people. For now, as we speak, everybody is trying to do something on its own. But when we have the EPR, then we all come under the same umbrella and have a concerted action in managing these plastics. And it has really gone very, very far. And I think that with the EPR, it's not going to come on a silver platter. It's going to come at a cost to the individual companies who are actually doing something to manage these plastics. Now, as we heard from the GPMA president, they are planning a shutdown of their facilities across the country. And what is the implication for bottled water and sachet water producers? If without we saying it, you know the effect. If GPMA, the main body that supplies us with our packaging material, shuts down, what does it mean? It means that you wake up on the day they shut down and there will be no bottled water, there will be no sachet water. Automatically, we have to fall in line by default. But we can't package it in paper. We still have to package it in plastic materials, be it bottled water or sachet water.